On a related subject, I must confess to you, I'm giving very serious thought.
Sir Anthony Hopkins is an iconic film, theater, and television actor, as well as a composer. Most viewers know him as Hannibal Lecter, but he has many diverse and interesting roles to his credit. Hopkins can still impress with his acting skills and professional longevity. Anthony Hopkins, How Hollywood's Hannibal Lives. Philip Anthony Hopkins was born on December 31, 1937, in the South Wales suburb of Port Talbot, Margam, into the family of a bakery owner, Richard Arthur Hopkins, and his wife, Muriel Ann. The actor has repeatedly spoken with pride about his origin. He is the son of a baker, which he is not a bit shy about. Moreover, in his youth, Hopkins himself helped run the family business. Little Tony was an aloof and withdrawn child, preferring astronomy books and piano over socializing with his friends. It wasn't until 2017 that Hopkins was diagnosed with autism, but no one knew about it at that time. Anthony's father forced him to go outside to play with the other children, but the main problems began at school. Due to poor academic performance resulting from dyslexia, the boy changed schools several times until in 1949 he was sent to a boarding school for boys almost 30 miles from home. He stayed there for 2.5 years, constantly dreaming of escaping. Anthony didn't understand why it took him much longer to understand the subjects, and he was also afraid of classmates and would immediately run away after school so as not to hear their mocking remarks. And as an actor, Hopkins is famous for his good memory, but to memorize his lines, he rereads them several hundred times. Then his father transferred him to Cowbridge Comprehensive School, which was a little closer to home, near Cardiff. Cowbridge was famous for its discipline, and it had a rather unique education system, which helped Hopkins make some progress in learning. But Tony did not become happier, and as he later admitted, he felt like he was in a trance there. They were allowed to go home only for piano lessons on the weekends, so music became a way for Hopkins to distract himself from the oppressive atmosphere of the school. And he was also very good at parodying teachers and performing in front of other students. These skills of repeating unique speaking patterns would be useful to him in acting, because Hopkins is known for a wide variety of accents and dialects that he used for roles. At the age of 17, Anthony finished his studies and returned to his hometown, where he began to work part-time at odd jobs that his father threw at him. For a while, he worked as an assistant at a steel mill. A little later, he worked as an assistant at a pastry oven, but he was fascinated by cinema and the theater. So in 1955, Anthony enrolled in a local drama club. He was still quiet and withdrawn, but every night he came to rehearsals first and left last. The debut on stage inspired the young man, and according to him, helped him feel that he finally became useful. In the same year, Hopkins received a scholarship to the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama in Cardiff, where he began to gain self-confidence and graduated in 1957. After college, the young man had to serve for several years in the British Armed Forces as an artilleryman. Discharged in 1960, Hopkins moved to London and enrolled at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. There he immediately began performing professionally on the stage, and in 1967, after receiving his diploma, he was noticed by Laurence Olivier, who invited him to the Royal National Theatre in London as his understudy. On September 2, 1966, Hopkins married actress Petronella Barker, and a few years later they had a daughter, Abigail. Over time, the theater routine started to become boring, although Hopkins went on the stage until the end of the 80s, and the young actor began to dream of a film career. He started with TV series and movies such as The White Bus. The historical drama The Lion in Winter of 1968 stands apart from others. It received 3 Oscars, 2 Golden Globes, and 2 British Academy Awards. For his role as Prince Richard Hopkins, who broke his arm on the set after falling from a horse, was also awarded by the British Film Academy and received a nomination for Best Supporting Actor. This was followed by roles in the films Hamlet and The Looking Glass War, and in 1971, He played his first major role in the adventure thriller When 8 Bells Toll and appeared in the TV series Great Performances. In 1972, the actor starred in a film based on Winston Churchill's book, Young Winston. At the same time, Hopkins played Pierre Bezukhov in the multi-part television film War and Peace. For this role, the actor received the BAFTA Television Award for Best Male Role. At the same time, Anthony began to have serious problems with alcohol. In 1972, he was fired from the theater and his wife left him. The actor admits that he was not a good husband and father, got drunk every day, would lay under fences, and could have died on the street in Wales. After the divorce, he rarely talked to his daughter. He only met with her once a year, believing that she would be better off without him. In her youth, Abigail was a drug addict and blamed her father for this. Then they reconciled for a while, even starred in several films together, but then they stopped communicating again. Abigail became a jazz singer, but Hopkins said in an interview that he does not follow his daughter's life and does not regret having a bad relationship with her. Almost immediately after the divorce, in 1973, Anthony married Jennifer Linton, the assistant to the producer of the movie where Hopkins was supposed to be a star. Life in the second marriage was not without turmoil because a modest Englishwoman with modest requests did not understand the ambitions of her husband, who sought to make a career in the United States while forgiving him for numerous infidelities and alcoholic sprees. Nevertheless, their marriage lasted almost 3 decades, albeit intermittently. In 1973, the actor starred in the drama A Doll's House and in 1974 in the film Girl from Petrovka, based on the novel by George Pfeiffer. Hopkins searched for this book for a long time without success, but one day he saw it left on a bench in the subway. It turned out that this is the author's copy. He'd lent the book to a friend who had later lost it. Before the end of the 70s, Anthony Hopkins appeared in the films Juggernaut, All Creatures of Great and Small, Victory at Entebbe, Audrey Rose, A Bridge Too Far, International Velvet, and Magic. In 1980, David Lynch invited Anthony to the biographical drama The Elephant Man for the role of Surgeon Frederick Treves.
The great enlargement of the right upper limb involving all the bones, the massive distortion of the head, and the extensive area covered by papillomatous growth. The patient has been called the Elephant Man.
Announced for an Oscar and 8 nominations, the film eventually won only the British Academy and the French César. Then there was the comedy drama A Change of Seasons, the roles of Hitler in the historical drama The Bunker, Othello in the television version of the famous tragedy of the same name, Paul in the television film Peter and Paul, and Quasimodo in the drama The Hunchback of Notre Dame. In the 1980s, Hopkins starred in a lot of movies, also appearing in the films The Bounty, Arch of Triumph, Guilty Conscience, The Good Father, 84 Charing Cross Road, A Chorus of Disapproval, The Dawning, The 10th Man, and the TV series Hollywood Wives, Mussolini and I, and Screen 2. Following the 1990 psychological thriller Desperate Hours and the directorial debut with the biography Dylan Thomas, Return Journey, Anthony Hopkins received his star role in The Silence of the Lambs.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
At that time, the actor returned to Britain after several years in Hollywood, almost giving up a career there. After receiving the script, he first decided that it was a children's fairy tale, so he was not very interested. But in the end, he literally could not tear himself away from the script and immediately agreed to star in it. Hopkins prepared very carefully for the role of a serial killer, studying the cases of modern serial killers, visiting the prisons where they were held, and several high-profile court sessions. While studying the videos, he noticed that the criminal Charles Manson hardly blinked during the conversation and took this habit of his to the screen. In one of the scenes in solitary confinement, Anthony tried to look directly into the camera to give the viewer the impression that his character knows absolutely everything. For the same purpose, to create a feeling of discomfort, the actor suggested replacing the usual orange robe with a white one. The actor described Hannibal Lecter's voice as a symbiosis of Truman Capote and Katharine Hepburn, and all this, combined with a mysterious grin, made it possible to create a creepy image of real evil in the shot. Moreover, he so convincingly played the role that Jodie Foster was very afraid of her partner in the film and did not communicate with him at all. The actor was especially proud of his improvisations. For For example, he specifically laughed at the accent of the character played by Jodie, which caused a real-world reaction from the actress. By the way, Hopkins was also worried before meeting Foster because she already had an Oscar by that time. Released in January 1991, The Thrill of the Silence of the Lambs won 5 awards at the next Oscars. One of the statuettes went to Anthony Hopkins for Best Actor, although he had only 16 minutes of screen time in the film. Later, Hannibal Lecter was called the movie villain #1, and for the actor, this role will become the most popular and recognizable. After the Oscar-winning role, Anthony Hopkins continued to actively star in movies, trying not to become a one-role actor. In the next few years, he added the following works to his filmography: the television dramas One Man's War and To Be the Best, the Australian comedy The Efficiency Expert, the drama Howard's End, the biography Chaplin, the science fiction Free Jack, the thriller The Trial, as well as the horror film Bram Stoker's Dracula, where Hopkins played Professor Van Helsing.
Hacked them to pieces and then drank their blood. Yeah. Dracula.
In 1993, Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain awarded the actor the title of Knight Bachelor, after which the prefix Sir was added to his name. This was followed by the films The Innocent, The Remains of the Day, which brought him an Oscar nomination, Shadowlands, Legends of the Fall, The Road to Wellville, and in 1995, the actor played the president in the biographical drama Nixon.
The belts are coming off and people are going to go to the woodshed, because the government cannot survive with a counter-government inside it. I know how traitors operate. I've dealt with them all of my life.
Hopkins in this film not only changed his appearance with makeup and hair color, but also adopted the habits of the real Nixon. For this work, the actor was nominated for an Oscar for the 3rd time, but lost to Nicolas Cage. In the same year, the actor was awarded a special award from the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. After the breakup, but even before the divorce from his second wife, Anthony met the actress Joyce Ingalls, who also attended Alcoholics Anonymous. He dated her for about 2 years. In 1996, Hopkins returned to the director's chair and also composed music and played the main role in the comedy drama August. Anthony's a big fan of Russian literature, so he based his movie on Anton Chekhov's play Uncle Vanya, only moving the action to Wales. In 1997, the actor starred in the adventure drama The Edge.
Spear, bait, induce a charge, fair charges, and rares. As he falls, he impales himself on the spear. Same principle as the deadfall.
On the set of one of the scenes, Anthony was knocked down by a falling tree, but he got off with just bruises. He almost also died from frostbite due to working in icy water. Before the beginning of the new millennium, the actor appeared in the films Surviving Picasso, Titus, Meet Joe Black, Instinct, and The Mask of Zorro.
Now, if you want to kill this man, I can help you, and I can teach you how to move, how to think, how to take your revenge with honor, and live to celebrate it. It will take dedication, it will take time.
Sir Hopkins almost refused the role in the latter because of back pain, but the surgery and other treatment allowed him to take part in the filming. In 2000, Hopkins became a citizen of the United States of America, while he was allowed to retain his knighthood and the title of a Sir. At that time, he was one of the highest paid actors in Britain. For example, for a small role in the movie Mission Impossible 2, he received $5 million. In the early 2000s, Hopkins voiced the Christmas movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas, starred in the drama Hearts in Atlantis, the comedy thriller Bad Company, and returned to the role of Hannibal Lecter in the sequel Hannibal, for which he received $15 million.
What's it to be? Powers in or powers out? Like Judas. Are you confused? I'll decide for you if you'll permit me.
And in 2002, he starred in the prequel Red Dragon, where the payout was $20 million.
As for me, when you want a good laugh, you will find me in a fine state. Fat and sleek. A true hog of Epicurus' herd.
To make Hopkins' character younger, the actor's wrinkles were digitally removed in close-ups. In the same year, Anthony Hopkins briefly dated TV presenter Martha Stewart, but she could not get rid of the famous movie image and saw him as Hannibal Lecter, afraid to be alone with him. But soon he met Colombian Stella Arroyave, in an antique shop in Los Angeles, where she was working at the time. In 2003, they got married, after which, according to Hopkins, his life became calmer and more balanced. In addition, the woman persuaded her husband to return to music and painting and exhibit his works at art exhibitions. At the same time, in 2003, the actor received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In the following years, such films as The Human Stain, The Devil and Daniel Webster, Alexander, Proof, and The World's Fastest Indian.
Will this have any effect on me riding my bike?
Unfortunately, I think your motorcycling days are over.
Like hell they are.
Anthony calls his role of a motorcycle racer the closest to himself in character. No other character was so similar to him. In 2006, Sir Anthony Hopkins received a special Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award for his work in film and television. In the same year, the films Bobby and All the King's Men were released, and a year later, the fantasy film Beowulf, the crime drama Fracture, where the actor appeared in the familiar role of a creepy criminal who tried to kill his wife for cheating. In the same year, Anthony wrote the script and directed the art house fantasy Slipstream, where he also played an aging screenwriter in a borderline state between reality and illusions. He again wrote the music for the film himself, but he didn't want to make a movie because of the large number of organizational issues that he had to solve on the set. Following Hopkins' last directorial work, other acting projects came out. The City of Your Final Destination, The Wolfman, where the actor's payout then amounted to $15 million, You Will Meet a Tall Dark Stranger, The Right, and the Marvel film Thor, where Anthony appeared in the image of the Scandinavian god Odin and the father of the main hero.
You are unworthy of these realms. You're unworthy of your title. You're unworthy.
He later played the same character in the sequels Thor, The Dark World, and Thor, Ragnarok. Although the actor has been writing music for decades, few people knew about it until his wife contracted the Dutch violinist and conductor. In 2011, Sir Hopkins first heard his work, And the Waltz Goes On, written back in 1964, performed by the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra, and in January 2012, he released an album of classical music called Composer, performed by the Birmingham Symphony Orchestra. The album consists of 9 of his original works and film soundtracks, and one of the plays is named Margam in honor of his hometown. In 2012, the actor turned into the King of Horror in the biographical drama Hitchcock and starred in the movie Almanac 360. In 2013, he appeared in the comedy thriller Red 2, and in 2014, he added the films Noah and Solace to his filmography. In the latter, Anthony also acted as a producer. This was followed by the movies Kidnapping Freddie Heineken, Autobahn, Misconduct, Blackway, and The Dresser. And in 2016, the HBO series Westworld was released, where Hopkins appeared in a bright and complex image of Robert Ford, doctor and initiator of the creation of an amusement park.
We can cure any disease, keep even the weakest of us alive, and one fine day, perhaps we shall even resurrect the dead.
Anthony was one of the first actors approved for a role in the series, and in the second season, his character surprised the audience with an unexpectedly realistic rejuvenation using CGI. In 2017, Anthony appeared in one of the central roles of the popular franchise Transformers: The Last Knight, and a year later played the main role in the modern adaptation of Shakespeare's King Lear. While working on the latter, a curious incident occurred with the actor. Visitors to the shopping center where the shooting took place did not recognize Anthony in makeup and costume and mistook him for a homeless man. In 2019, Netflix presented the film The Two Popes, dedicated to the relationship between the two pontiffs of the Roman Catholic Church.
Is it permitted to pray while smoking?
Yeah. Pray and smoke at the same time.
For the role of Benedict XVI, who voluntarily abdicated, Hopkins received another Oscar nomination as a supporting actor. In January 2020, the world premiere of the drama The Father took place, in which the actor played an elderly man with dementia.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Okay. I'll get dinner ready.
Han,
What?
thank you for everything.
This film was appreciated by the American Film Academy, and in April 2021, Sir Anthony Hopkins received his second Oscar for Best Actor, becoming the oldest owner of this statuette. The actor was not present at the ceremony. Moreover, he was sleeping at that time. Hopkins was just staying in his homeland, Wales. He found out about the award at 4 a.m. after an agent woke him up, and the actor was very happy and grateful. In 2021, the actor took part in the voiceover of an episode of the comedy series Mythic Quest, Raven's Banquet, and performed in the action movie The Virtuoso. The legendary actor also played roles in the new thriller Zero Contact and the drama Armageddon Time. Anthony Hopkins is keeping up with the times. He actively maintains his Instagram account, and in May 2020, he registered on TikTok. His first video was a dance to a Drake song. The actor's fortune is estimated at $160 million, including real estate. It is known that Anthony Hopkins has two houses next to each other with a total value of $12.6 million in the Pacific Palisades area of Los Angeles. He bought the first one in 2018 for $6.6 million. And this is a modern mansion with an area of 5,700 square feet, with 5 bedrooms, several bathrooms, a spacious living room, a roof terrace, a gaming room, and a yoga room. In the courtyard, there is a small lawn and a swimming pool with a waterfall and a spa. The neighboring house, built in 1940, was purchased for $6 million in 2019. The large trees surrounding the mansion provide the actor and his wife with additional privacy. In the same neighborhood, Hopkins owns a 2-bedroom apartment that he bought for $1.1 million in 2016. Not so long ago, the actor sold another mansion nearby for $2.8 million, which he'd purchased back in 1995 for $660,000. Also until recently, Anthony owns a Cape Cod-style mansion in Malibu, built in the 50s of the last century, overlooking the ocean from Point Dume. The highlight of the interior design is the panoramic windows, a spiral staircase, and a whitewashed fireplace made of river stone. The house has 4 bedrooms, and the main one has a sauna with glass walls and a ceiling. In 2018, thanks to the efforts of the house designer and volunteers who hosed the site with water, the mansion remained intact after large-scale fires in California. And a year later, due to landslides, work had to be carried out to strengthen the shore and the foundation of the house. In 2021, Sir Hopkins still sold this property for $10.5 million, while he'd bought it in 2001 for $3.8 million. The famous actor's car park includes Maserati Quattroporte, Range Rover Vogue, Porsche Carrera GT, and Bentley Continental GT. Hopkins often supports charitable initiatives. For example, in the 90s, he donated $1.24 million for the restoration and preservation of the territory of the highest mountain in Wales, Snowdon, and also helped to reconstruct a wing in his alma mater, the Welsh College of Music and Drama in Cardiff. He also supported Greenpeace, voice acting in their ads, and in 2020 released a perfume collection in support of the fund to fight child hunger. The celebrity's additional earnings include several advertising contracts. He starred in the commercials for Sky Plus HD and Brioni, and in 2018, he became one of the stars of the Amazon Voice Assistant ad. In it, Alexa has lost her voice and is being replaced by celebrities. At the age of 84, Anthony Hopkins has no plans to end his acting career, but now he acts mostly just for fun. What role of his impressed you the most? If you liked the video, leave a like and also subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything interesting.